ducks are live on TV. So, right. Well, first, I think we need to see what we are doing vis-a-vis some of our most troublesome vassals. So, what we have is lower crown authority in England, with the Duke of Cornwall again. So the Duke of Lancaster, Duke of Athelwen, Duke Ceolwulf of Bedford. So Bedford. So you're currently in Bedford to scheme, which is good because that takes out Ceolwulf from two of these things. Right, I think my Chancellor should be taking out the Duke of Norfolk. Who's in Suffolk for our comfort and convenience. Let's just check our revolt risk is okay. Although I will get my marshal out to suppress revolts in Lincoln. Right, religion wise, I can move my guy over there, which will help with its revolt risk.
You might want at some point to send him to research cultural tech in London to get you more legalism.
That's true, but I probably need to sort out the revolt risks first, because I am not the most popular queen in the Empress in the entire world.
So what I was going to suggest you might want to do
Yes.
is to try offering diplomatic vassalisation to the remaining dukes in Scotland and Brittany, because I think they should accept if they like you at least, which of course they might not. So you could try offering it to him, but I suspect the answer will then turn out to be
piss off. Yes.
No. So essentially, yes, the fact that he really hates you is sadly going to
influence that. Yes.
And you might eventually be able to get him to not really hate you.
So, Petty King of Lothian, who also Lothians me. Let's offer vassalisation. No.
So yeah, it may be that they all actually have such terrible opinions of you.
It's true. On the plus side, I'm not a massive threat at the moment, so, that's good.
Ireland won't, because you're not their de jure liege. You should find
Indeed.
you get an additional reason for them not to want to. Actually, no, this is not. Yes, so the problem is that because the Scots and the Bretons desire your kingdom because they think you have too many kingdoms. Because, well, rather, they think you should. The only kingdom you should have should be the one that you're actually in.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a feeling if you're, no, it does only say liege, so it might be that even once you've given those kingdoms away, they might take diplomatic vassalisation. Because your de jure empire, I believe, should cover England, Scotland, and Brittany. Now, yes, with thus the entertaining consequence that Britannia is coterminous with Ireland.
Yes. How amusing. Right, so
that did not go very well.
I think I have a claim against him. Oh, it's for someone on landed still, god damn it.
Woman.
So, now, the other question is it wise to try not to go to war for a bit, given that I've got a bunch of unhappy vassals? Or should I just go ahead and try and take the rest of Scotland? Because I have now de jure claims on, like, everything.
I would be inclined to keep expanding, and like at least your Scottish vassals could be cheered by adding things to their duchies, and or alternatively you might be able to gain some slightly less annoyed vassals, but I suppose probably not.
I would just like...
Actually, you would end up turfing out all... If you do a county at a time, you'll end up turfing out all the existing dukes, won't you? And so you'll at least have a bunch of spare duchies that you can use for cheering people up.
That's true. Hopefully.
I think.
Well, we'll see how that goes. I know that as soon as I created the damn empire, the weak claim scum for Denmark disappeared.
Is that Denmark is no longer susceptible to weak claims?
I suspect it is.
You can go and visit Denmark and find out.
Well, let's go and have a look at Denmark. Denmark, current king of Denmark. Yeah, there doesn't look like there's rebellion, and he's a bloke, so, you know. And he's not a child. So we're out of weak claim scum there. So, yes. This will have to go county by county, so on the plus side that might...
I would start with taking one county out of Moray. Or one county out. Is the other one also they've got 3 counties there, yes. So
well, let's take the big one in the middle out. Let's take a de jure claim on Moray. It's a giant fish. Let's zoom in a bit so I can actually see things. Let's just go see how many people Moray knows now. Okay, I probably do want a bit more than that. So, right, let's march you straight in there. Let's march you straight up to that one. Let's drag you on a little trip to a fish. Well, I say fish. Ooh, maybe let's dismiss you guys temporarily. Right, let's sort out an army. Let's sort out a set of people who haven't acquired any interesting properties recently. Let's also turn down time a bit, because that is a bit fast to be prosecuting a war. Well, fine, you've got a strategy and you're, very willing to use it. Jolly good. La la la. Okay, let's take you up to time 2. It's not very exciting. Yes, thank you for telling me I'm holding in Caithness is under siege. Oh dear, my niece has snuffed it under suspicious circumstances. Well, they have a 5.1 fort. Oh dear, I've got another children that's lacking a guardian. My granddaughter. It's a pity that's going to be wasted.
Well, if she marries a leader, she'll contribute to the state marshal.
It's true.
I'm not feeling you're married to a princess of... Oh, also Prince of Egypt. Interesting.
I'm just, curious. Yeah, let's assign her a guardian. I don't want a dutiful clerk. Well, he's got the best military thing, so I'm going to give it to him, even though the personal qualities aren't great. I mean, after all, I don't
want to cheer him up.
And also, cheering up
I don't
isn't
know if
terrible.
the granddaughter is good enough, but...
Right. Very good. All hail the great empire. What are you guys doing? Okay, fine.
Doesn't know what he's playing at.
Nothing good.
Probably ask what he's playing at and find his page and see what
wars he's currently
prosecuting.
It's true.
Oh, you're right. Yes, you have a new city in Middlesex,
Oh yes, we do.
which could do with a mayor.
Yes. Let's go find the thing. So, create new vassal is funny, isn't it?
That will cause a new vassal to come into existence, essentially.
Yeah. Oh, let's do that. No, don't make it my county capital. That would be silly. Unpause. What not? La 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 la. Okay. Yes, I think my plan is besiege all the places around here. Well, besiege all of Moray, and then wander up and give the army a bit of a kicking.
Yes.
And then try and work out how to turn off the stupid zoom. This is not what I want you to do.
Yes. If you go to the trade zones deliberately, that's G.
Yes.
So are there any around here yet? Right. Yeah, that makes me think it'd be a good idea to be working out a way to found a merchant republic so that you can get a trade zone, get trade posts around here before everyone else moves in.
Yes.
Which mostly probably means working out how to. I mean,
I think if I get in, what's one of the things I could do is if I get a county, let's without loss of generality say Moray, and then promote the mayor in there.
The problem with that is that that's in Scotland.
Yes.
And you are ultimately probably going to want to install a king or a viceroy of Scotland. And when you do
Good
that,
point.
they will desire that duchy. And once they get that duchy, they get all the tax income from it.
Okay,
So I think ideally you want it to be a duchy that's either in a kingdom you're going to retain, which would probably be England,
yeah,
or a duchy that is outside of any kingdom that will become part of your empire. So, for instance, if you were to decide that you're not actually going to invade the whole of Ireland, or strictly a kingdom that will not be created as part of your empire. So you could invade the whole of Ireland and never create the Kingdom of Ireland and keep it split down to duchies. Or if you decided you weren't going to invade Ireland at all and were just going to sit in, say, Ulster, you could establish that whatever the duchy is in the northeast corner of Ireland as a merchant republic. And then, conveniently, the Duke of that would not desire any kingdom because the Kingdom of Ireland wouldn't exist, and no one would. There wouldn't be a king of Ireland to desire that duchy.
So what I really want also is maybe a small revolt somewhere in here, so that I can strip someone of their county. Or something.
Well, you need a duchy, but of course you do have several duchies. The tricky thing is that you also need a county.
Yes.
And ideally, it will be a county inside that duchy.
Yes. Actually, it's...
And like it may be practical, in particular if you can find someone who is backing a plot, and it doesn't really matter what the plot is, I don't think, who you will find it hard to imprison. Then you try to imprison them, they revolt, you then beat them in a war and can take their title off them because they revolted. So if any of those...
Like him.
The annoying thing is, A, he loves you,
Yeah.
and B, the Isle of Man is de jure in Scotland.
Yes. Oh well.
So do either of the other do?
They're not count.
Are they both?
They're not landed.
Okay.
So they're pretty pointless and useless.
I mean, you can, of course. Did I find? Yes, I think anywhere you've got a claim on, you might be able to revoke without too much trouble. But I think you have no interest.
I have no claims at all.
Yeah.
It's very disappointing. I lost a bunch when all the men died. Still, right. So we're 46. We might, in theory, have many happy years of murdering people ahead of us. Sorry, ruling ahead of us.
Do you want to go and hit that army before it finishes its siege?
Yeah, go on. It's a laugh, innit?
Norway are up to something.
Oh yeah, so they are. Well, I don't think I have any claims on. Let's just go look at de jure empires.
Because your de jure limit is...
It's there.
The mainland.
Yes. How are my dangerous factions
And strictly,
doing?
the limits of your empire are not of any interest for de jure claims. It's only your kingdoms that
Yes.
matter, and your duchy, and any duchies within your empire, or any duchies of which you are the
Yes,
de
no,
jure
I'm
lineage.
Queen of England, Scotland, Wales, and Britain. That famous.
You have both the large and the small Britain.
It's true. I have Grand Britannia and Petite Britannia, or Bretagne as it became known.
Britain is quite small.
Right. I can't obligate him. Let's threaten him. I mean, that does run the risk of pissing him off, but I can always send my...
They can all piss them off.
Okay, so that should... Aha! That has removed, I think, one faction and reduced the others below the dangerous things. So, using Norfolk, my Chancellor. I mean, lower crown authority is annoying. It's not desperate if that happens. So let's send my charts. To cheer up Kent. What intrigue? It's this one. And send my backstabbing master to Suffolk to cheer up Suffolk. And astonishingly and irksomely, my little otter is still not managing to get himself killed in favour of rather better younger Martin.
There was one...
I don't think actually plotting to kill my son is a good idea, but you know.
No. Suggestion I saw somewhere that you might be able to do something involving holy orders. Not holy orders in the normal sense, in the sense of the military organisations, if they exist, which they may not yet.
I don't think they do yet. Oh, right. Good. Excellent.
Princess
Lutra
was murdered
murdered.
on the order of Count Ralph of Norfolk. One of your reasons for appointing him spymaster was because it was a good way to get killed.
Yep.
Don't appoint your new son as spymaster. Your remaining son as spymaster.
I am not going to appoint my remaining son as spymaster. I will appoint Duke Osric as spymaster. If the next one snuffs it, I'll have to recruit from outside. On the grounds that anyone left is A, a bit hopeless, and B, kind of doesn't like me very much.
So, yes, Christian rulers may order their courtiers to join the Holy Order, but this requires that the target character be an adult male courtier of your religion and either unmarried and not heir to any title or in your prison. So you can't use this in particular to get rid of your firstborn, but you might be able to use it to get rid of other sons.
Except I can't because of Gavelkind.
Well, I don't know if they... are they then officially heirs to your...
Well, at the moment, Martra was officially heir to the Kingdom of Wales.
Okay.
Now he's heir to the Empire of England and
Kingdom of England and... any other things? What's going on there? Heir to lots of other things too. We don't know precisely what.
Yes. Okay. Well, we can go and look at.
Because Scotland already existed, it has its own inheritance laws.
Yeah.
Which may prove entertaining. Wales. So what? Who's Abelard de Normandy then?
My grandson.
Oh right. So, is it going? So it may be actually going down the tree below. So is he? Oh, hang on. Who's he the son of? Is he?
He's the son of Lutra.
He's a Lutra's son. Okay. Where does the empire go? So the empire and the Kingdom of England go to Martra.
Yeah.
Why does that happen then? Because I would have thought. Are they not all the same kind of Gavelkind?
So
that's
agnatic cognatic Gavelkind. That England is similar.
Primogeniture for Scotland.
Agnatic cognatic primogeniture. Gavelkind for Wales, for Brittany. Sorry, Wales, and agnatic cognatic Gavelkind also for Wales.
You don't really care about France.
I don't really care about France except insofar as I'm a subject.
Very odd, because I would have expected that they would agree slightly more or slightly less. But it's weird that you seem to have two Gavelkind realms. Oh, we're doing it in that order. Is this actually what's his face? The grandson Abelard? Is he Abelard? Is it that Abelard gets the first realm, which turns out to be Wales or Brittany? No, but why does Abelard not end up inheriting the empire in that case? Because, I mean, I know some things do go through a dead parent to their children.
Right, I'm releasing the Peace Otter.
And obviously, Scotland being primogeniture has. I'll have to look things up. So, but I don't know quite what's going on there.
Right.
Look up primogeniture and Gavelkind. I mean, the Gavelkind page is all. Well, we kind of understand how this works.
Is fine. Okay. It's alright, I'm just thinking. Because Cumberland, let me just check that Cumberland is in fact, it is in de jure England.
Mm-hmm.
And I should be about to go and take this county from this petty king.
So an interesting question is whether he will become your vassal at that point or something else. But,
let's just go and see. I have the county of Moray, which the Count has not vassalised. Anyway, I'm going to go and take Cumberland. It's not in defensive pact. No one seems to think it's terribly threatening to take your de jure stuff. Hang on, let's just double check that there's nothing stupid. Right.
You, of course, don't have a personal claim on the title because you have no personal claims, but you have de jure.
I have a de jure claim, and I will take the de jure claim on Cumberland, which is what I want.
What does it tell you will happen when you... So, if we win, it just says gains the county of Cumberland.
Yeah.
Which doesn't say vassalises, so yes.
Yes. So I think I should be able to get that, raise the mayor up to be a thing, give them the Duchy of Cumbria, which I also have lying round.
Yeah, that might work. It's a 2-county duchy, which is a nice size.
Yeah. And it's coastal, which is good.
Well, you can't really not be coastal in England. Well, you can.
You can!
I don't know if any of the English duchies are not coastal, because Mercia is huge.
Well, I'll look at it in a bit once I've gone to war over wherever the hell we're in.
But yes, Cumberland looks like a good plan. I like that plan.
I like Cumberland.
Can't you just raise the 2,000 from Northumbria or wherever it is?
That's a good point.
I mean, you'll be pissing off one vassal, but one fairly strong vassal at that. But on the other hand, if he's giving you that many troops, he probably likes you anyway.
Excellent. Right. Where do we want some support troops? Maybe.
You might pause. You might want to try to intercept one of those armies before they join up. So effectively, county in between them and say, hello, if you want to meet one another, you have to go through me.
It's true.
Of course, they may get past you before that.
No, they've gone round, so I think I should go and get some ticking war score going. Don't see any reason not to do that, really. Okay, I don't really care. Not sure why I have a truce with the Count of Helgoland.
Maybe
there
there
we
was
go.
someone more interesting earlier.
Frank?
Frank? You can check what their culture is that they got that from.
I don't know.
Oh no, that's not how you spell Primogeniture.
Also, he should be called Posthumous, honestly.
Okay, that is apparently
And
the Norman
no.
name, so there.
I think our survey says, what?
I'm sure it is properly attested.
I'm sure it is properly attested, I just can't remember. I mean, admittedly, properly Norman history is a bit later than anything that I really like. Okay, so we've built a castle town in Westminster. That's nice, that should give us a bit more tax income, which it does. Brilliant. So we've got a county capital, Berg, Carlisle, and the city of Penrith, which we'll try and turn into the Merchant Republic of Penrith to enrich our heirs. La la la. Siege is still boring. I suppose in another 10 years or so we can go off back to Egypt and try and re-crusade it. Well, obviously one of the things I should try and do is acquire some territory nearer to places that might be besieged. I suppose one thing to do would be to try and take over France, which after all is a traditional occupation of the kings of England. Okay, good. We've shared some. Oh, someone can get married. Martra and Princess of Lotharingia. Yes, that's great. Okay. Right, good. Let's gain 3,000 prestige for marrying off my son, who is currently my heir. It's got me 9,000 prestige. Look how prestigious I am, even more prestigious than William the Conqueror. I don't even have a nickname, I'm just Empress Cecilia. I mean, honestly. Ha! What does a woman have to do to be noticed around here? Okay, someone's seeking to kill my son. Well,
Well, you could. Since you know about the plot, you might be able to imprison them and stop them doing it.
he's got nice high diplomacy. Surely he can sort himself out. Right, so we've won that siege. Let's go and kick that army before they can win their siege. While I sit there with some nice ticking war score. Oh, one of their wings appears to have fallen apart nearly. Okay, one of my wings seems to have fallen apart, but that doesn't seem to have mattered that much. Right, that has got us 49% more score, and they're in Shattered Retreat. Brilliant. Fear my strategic genius of not leading armies. Well, they're wandering off to Ireland. That's going to take them a while. Let's besiege Carlisle. Of course, my new Merchant Republic will hate me because I'm the wrong everything. But
yeah, but they won't hate you as much as they would if they were in Scotland.
It's true.
They won't desire the Kingdom of England because they'll accept that since your capital is in England,
I am not
entitled to be Queen of England.
I am not an encroaching foreign ruler. Act.
No, yeah, well,
not quite.
You are,
that.
of course, a foreign ruler nonetheless, because unfortunately you're Norman and basically all of England isn't.
Yes.
For now.
Yes, well, last time I managed to continue being Frankish right up until the bitter end, which was very surprising. You know, that was like 700 years of Frankishness. Right. Go on, let's try using blackmail. What can possibly go right? I assume that there's a chance that he will squeal, hey, you tried to blackmail me. No, okay, right, excellent. He's discouraged from factionalism. Brilliant. What is our factional status at the moment? Prince Gilchrist for Scotland. So the Duke of Albany and the Duke of the Bloody Isles. Right, so let us fish him out of Suffolk and go and find Albany. Let's find you and send you off to the Hebrides. Oh, goody, we've got a new Duke of Cornwall. He also hates me because I'm a foreign title claimant and still cowardly infanticide. I suspect that one is only going to time out with my death, but he might hate me a bit less than his predecessors. Can I give him a cupbearer? Oh, I don't have cupbearerness free. Damn. Well. Right, off we go. La la la. Besiege, besiege, besiege Carlisle. So, the Great Lighthouse is plodding along, ploddingly. I suspect its next stages may have to wait. Well, I might be able to build a couple of add-ons, but its next stages will probably have to wait until there's been a crusade. Right, we have besieged Carlisle. Victory. Now let's just besiege Penrith.
Okay, I'm terribly confused by how your succession is going.
I'm terribly confused by how my succession's going, but importantly, like, I'm pretty sure my little Martin will get...
Right, there's actually a disagreement within the succession wiki page about how things work, so it's not so complicated. If a character holds multiple kingdom or empire titles, these will each have their own succession law, therefore each succession law will be different to each kingdom. But I still don't... It still, for Gavelkind, says it doesn't pass through dead children to grandchildren. Primogeniture passes through dead children to grandchildren, so it's entirely believable that your
my Scotland one has got...
Scotland, being currently primogeniture, will go to Abelard. But I'm slightly confused by why any Gavelkind realm is going to Abelard.
Yes.
Because those should, I think, all end up with Markshire.
Well, we will see what happens. I will undoubtedly lose a bunch of things on my death. On the plus side, my death is not going to cease this war. Hopefully I won't die for another 20 years, of course, but, you know.
I mean, if you can get to having viceroyalties, then, or indeed switch to a different succession law in England.
Yes. Well, in terms of changing things, I want to get viceroyalties first because they're so much more useful. And then I can look at changing the succession law. Right. V1. Go us. Disband unit. So let us just check.
So you are Count of
Cumberland. So. City of Penrith. No, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Is held by Mayor Magnus of Penrith. Let us grant him a landed title of his County of Cumberland.
You probably want to also grant him
the Duchy of Cumbria.
No, I was going to say you probably want to grant him the city under the existing the castle under there, but you appear to have got it anyway. Right, excellent.
Right, let's grant him the landed title, not the Kingdom of Brittany. You can have the Duchy of Cumbria. Damn it. Right.
And he is now a Doge.
He is now a Doge of Cumbria.
Doge Magnus of Cumbria.
Patrician Oscar of Acherkeger. Patrician Walter of Galloway. Patrician Arthur of Strathern. Jolly good.
Right, and now he can set off and try to turn Cumbria into a great trading power with the help of the Irish Sea.
Yes, I will say he is on entirely the wrong coast for this, but never mind, it's the best we could do.
Yeah, you can set up trading posts all around Wales and Ireland.
It's
that
true.
should be helpful for his tax base eventually.
So, Mr. Bond.
He just spent 300 money on something.
Yes, possibly a trading panda. Oh no, trading pandas are much cheaper than that. So, what? So, I have, of course, some de jure claims in Brittany. I've got a bunch of de jure claims in Scotland.
So, there's 3 southern counties in Scotland. The middle one is controlled by the same person who's controlling Cumberland, isn't it? So you have
Hang on, let's just check whether I've got a truce with anyone.
so the middle one of your truces, I think him.
Yes.
But
And King of Moray.
yes, so the 2 northern counties, but I think the other 2 southern counties. Oh no, the easternmost one of the southern county looks like that.
Yeah.
Of Scotland. So I think you have one Scottish county you currently don't have a truce with.
Which I think is
Which is that
Strathern.
one, I think.
Oh, Thingy the Monk. Well, let's just check. He's not got any people, he's got no interesting things. Obviously it will tell me if I'm about to be a truce breaker, which is...
You can check that he still hates you, so he won't accept voluntary vassalisation.
Yeah,
Probably not at minus 44, no.
No.
You do need to be at like about plus 40 or something.
Right, so... well, I'm going to go for the de jure claim on Strathon that's mine. On the grounds that I want spare counties. Although I should probably give them away to people with claims fairly quickly, in case I snuff it.
Also, because while you hold them, the relevant duke will be annoyed with you if they are your
Indeed.
vassals.
So I think I'm going
And
to do...
since there is a duke with a de jure claim, the relevant duke is your vassal, so that duke will be pissed off with you to the tune of like 20 points while you hold that county.
So I think what I do is I prosecute this war and maybe one in Brittany.
And at that point, you will have truces
with
everyone
everyone.
who's left.
And then I give out a bunch of counties to plausible kingdom claimants nearby, like France, for instance. Maybe. Well, France may be a bit tough.
It might be, but an easier sequence of wars might be to edge down the Atlantic coast into Iberia.
That's possible. I will have a think. So who have we got? Let's get Everlord in there. Minus in there and hope that one day get in there. Fine. Oh. Well, okay, if you've gone back to your home city, you daft stoats. Okay, I mean, Radwold is a little bit of a flashback to like about 600 years ago, but whatever. 500 years
like
ago.
That name in East Anglia? Or
Yeah,
he's not in East Anglia at the moment.
Well, I mean, Radwold should be a perfectly good East Anglian name. They had someone with Prowess 3 leading one of their ranks and I sneezed at it and it exploded. Right, so... Now we're sieging Crieff, presumably Martin Crieff, Dunblane and Auchterarder, which probably sounds less German in Scottish.
Nice. Does that mean you're mostly out of factions now?
Factions.
I can't find a visit for you. It's on the table.
Right, so let's switch him to scheme in the Hebrides. Possibly on the right island, who the hell knows? You're going to try besieging Ulster with 600 stoats. I think you might be
Besieging altars with tectonic stones?
besieging Ulster with 600 stoats. No, you're not trying to besiege Ulster, which,
I think that was merely where they fled to.
yes. Oh well, they could now be wandering around in the desperate hunt for somewhere to besiege.
This isn't going to work, I guess. I mean, I suppose if you're about to lose your last landed title, then you may not.
You might be a bit desperate.
Just hope that something will turn up.
Yes. Okay, they managed to find something in Cumberland. Fine. Penrith.
Yes, because of course its capital is currently the city of Penrith.
Which is probably a bit soggy. Yeah, I think once I've got past this 5.0 fort, I'll assault the other two. Because I'll mostly raise troops, I think, in France and southern England for the next lot, so thinning out this lot isn't the end of the world.
And curiously, your vassals care much more about how long you keep their men for than how many of them you kill.
Yeah, well. Aha, they've built a trade post. So if I now have a quick look at the trade zones map.
So
Yep.
they have 3 distinct trade zones at the moment, which is kind of odd. There's a sea zone if you mouse over the Irish Sea. This trade zone is owned by
dot.
Right, okay, I think it isn't yet owned. I don't
Yes.
quite know how that works. Maybe because they haven't got quite finished building Cumbria itself, or possibly because someone is currently besieging them.
Possibly. Right, let's assault Dunblane. Oh, that was only slightly terrifying. La 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 la. Well, I will assault this one as well. Oops. Right, release the peace altar. Let's go back into realm view so that I'm looking at something sensible. Right, there we are. So, excuse me, I'd like to have words with you about the petty kingdom of Pendor. Hang on, let's actually go and look and see whether you have any terrifying pacts. So, you have 536 people and you have a pact with the Earl of somewhere a long way away, who also has like about 2 people. Right, fine, okay. Let's declare war on him. Let's work out which ones we've got. So that's done. Yeah, that's Tregor. Let's go for Tregor. Send. That's probably enough anyway. So here we go. Right. So how are we doing? Woohoo! Our monthly income is doing much better since we got a Merchant Republic going. Brilliant. Let's just check that no one's doing anything daft in Ireland.
I suspect Ireland will gradually unify.
Oh, okay, we found some states from Ireland.
I think those are actually raiders, but they're probably keeping them
Yeah, oh well. Oh well, I'll kick the raiders and then march across to that lot.
away. Someone else is busy dealing with that.
And so they are. Right, let's March you off to kick some raiders. Let's glue you three together and march you off to... Okay, you can go the long way round, I suppose. I don't have any particular objection either way. Well, they went across the van quite quickly. Oh look, they're in Shattered Retreat up there. Brilliant. Good, I'm improving. Yes, thank you for telling me that there's raiders. So trade posts are popping up all over. Right. Who are you? Let's take you on a little trip. I'm sure that will come in handy. What have we got here? We've got a thing for and whatnot thingy and a thing of 2. So I don't think I can afford to assault this because I can't assault the next one. So I think I just have to wait that siege out, which will be a little bit dull.
Who is fighting with the Irish mob?
Argyle and
Right.
somewhere else. Ooh, I have gained 1 diplomacy. I have improved my diplomacy. Right, well, let's improve my intrigue. This will probably involve the poor diplomat's wife, the cook, and the baubles. So, where are you not going? They're going to Meath. Where's Meath? Where's Meath? Excellent, they should run into me.
You have run into them and are walking straight through them. I think they're fleeing, so yes. One of the interesting features of Shattered Retreat is that you can't fight an army that's in Shattered Retreat.
Well, let's chase after it.
Which is kind of nice in a way, because it means that your armies actually get to... It means that that thing you had previously of repeatedly hitting the same army is something you can't do anymore.
Well, not if you hit it badly enough to trigger Shattered Retreat. You don't, because you don't hit Shattered Retreat off everything.
Do not,
It doesn't look like it.
but and simply you can't be subject to that.
Yes.
So this means that yes, you don't end up having a lot of move one county over, hit them again fights.
Yes.
Which is tedious as the person winning all the battles. And,
I captured the
you actually, yes,
king.
King Conan the Drunkard, right?
Right, well, release the peace otter. Enforce demands. Brilliant. Excellent. Back you go there. You lot can be dismissed in place. And we can... we can unpause and read our messages while everyone walks home. And we can have a little think about which kingdoms we wish to insinuate our counties into. Because I should give those away before I die, because they'll be split up.
Otherwise they'll end up smeared over God knows who, because you don't understand how the
Gavel
inheritance
kind of,
works.
yeah, no, yeah, I have no idea. Right, so, no, that's not what I want.
You need to click on the flag, which is got behind you.
Zoom in, find the flag, disband the thing, zoom out. So, we are the Empress of England, we have 10,000 troops. So, France, you say? 12,000 troops, and whatever. So let's go
You don't
see.
have an independent Aquitaine at the moment.
Well, you not currently have an independent Aquitaine. So let's see if we have any. Right. Everyone hates me. Well, that's not entirely surprising. He doesn't hate me, but I bet he wouldn't join the court. No.
So yes, unfortunately he really likes his king. Is the problem that
Yes.
and so while he kind of thinks you're all right, he'd much rather be with his father.
Yes. Right, he obviously hates me. They're all too young. Right. Okay, so that's one thing that's out. So Denmark, you say? Denmark? Let's just check. Denmark.
So pleasantly soft. Björn might be interesting.
He's only got a weak claim. Goodness me, they have a lot of claims. He's got a weak claim. Got a strong claim on the Kingdom of Denmark. Weak claim on Sweden, weak claim on Shetland. Well.
So what? Can you just mouse over his yes? Sorry.
Hang on.
I'm just trying to get a better understanding of what's. So yes, he is interested in coming to you precisely because you might be able to do something about that claim.
Yes.
He doesn't much like you. He doesn't much like anyone else around, but
yeah. Right.
He correctly guesses why you're asking him to join your court.
It's the bunny. Let's just check. Okay, and the Kingdom of Denmark is.
That's Sweden.
The Kingdom of Sweden is a lot softer than us.
So the guy you're inviting is living in Sweden at the moment.
Right.
That has a claim in Denmark.
Well, let's give him a county. Not Middlesex.
I would, yes, be inclined
But
to go for
not
one that's
Winchester.
outside of England, given the choice. There's outside of England, but inside a kingdom that you intend to continue owning.
Yeah. Wow. Ooh. Ooh, will that get weird if one of my vassals inherits then the...
No, I think anyone who is directly or indirectly your vassal you can press a claim on behalf of, I believe.
Yes, of course, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to press it on a bunch of accounts' behalves. Because...
I think...
So Moray should be safe.
So I think that's fine. If he inherits, if he by any means, such as you're pressing his claim, gains the Kingdom of Denmark, then he will become independent of Scotland.
Yeah.
And he will then own this. Then the King of Scotland will have a claim on, will have a de jure claim on that county. Though at the moment your Crown authority is, I think, high enough that can't actually lead to war.
So he has a weak claim on the Kingdom of Norway. He has a weak claim on Navarra and Norway. So he's a possibility. He's got weak claim on Norway, weak claim on some of the duchies. Let's go have a look at Navarra. Which was indeed on my list anyway.
So not held by women or child. One familiar thing. I mean, I think it's worth checking everywhere that you think is within sensible reach for the strong claimants, but that's certainly Navarra and Norway is certainly a good
is certainly a good
thing worth considering.
Yes. So, right, what things do I wish to keep? So, I definitely want to keep Winchester, because that's my capital.
No, Middlesex is your capital.
Oh, sorry, yes.
But I think keeping Winchester is sensible.
I think I should keep Middlesex and Winchester, and then I can thus give all...
Rouen is conveniently outside your de jure empire, so no one wants Rouen off you. So I think Rouen's worth keeping if you can, because holding that in the long term is not going to be painful. Whereas where's Tregor?
That one.
Right. So the
that's
King of Brittany. Once there's a King of Brittany, you will want that.
Yes.
So you preferably don't want that in your hands.
So Castile.
So I think yes, you have one that you actually want to give away.
We can go and see about Leon. Leon. Hello.
Squawk.
You're squawking. This one, okay.
Has only got 2 more to go.
Hooray, well done.
Probably want to fit back to Rome rather than... No, this is Rome.
This is wrong.
Oh, you've got de jure highlight turned on in the thing, yes.
Oh, yes. Let's turn de jure off, because I don't need that at the moment. Let's go look at Galicia.
Settle up.
Oh, yeah, good point. Well stated. Clearances. Does anyone even slightly like me? Right, so...
I think we have one candidate for giving away an inconvenient county too.
Yeah. Which is that one. Oh, hang on, what kingdom? Which is that one guy who has... Right, let's invite him to court. And then we can get rid of Tregor. And that will then...
well, you can go to war against Denmark. Whoever it was you had a strong Denmark.
That's an interesting thing. Right, so let's grant him a landed title, which is Tregor. Right, brilliant.
We'll leave your court again for their new home.
It's true. So, we have, what was it? We had a strong claim on the Kingdom of Denmark, I think. Let's just check he's not got any pacts. Right, we do have a casus belli, which is claim thing.
So, of course, he will become a king rather than a viceroy.
Yep.
So it will be your first vassal king.
Which is a bit of a pain, but, you know, we work with what we've got.
And it gets you an entire...
It should get us an entire kingdom. It will whack my threat through the roof. So Denmark has 3,000 states. I have 10,000 states. I should probably raise them all. And then try and stick them on ships.
Maybe you want to just raise all your ships as well.
Right. So... where do we want to come ashore? Do we want to come ashore in... I think if we come ashore here and then walk up there, that's probably...
Well, I mean, it's the same sea area, whatever. So.
Well, yeah, let's just send the first lot off there. You lot... Oh, let's glue you together. Oh no, hang on, I can't put you on that many ships. Right, fine. Let's dismiss the 2 ships there. Send that lot over there. Send that lot over there. Right. Get on a ship. Ship. Get on a ship. Ship. Send you lot to Middlesex. Send you lot to Middlesex. One you on a ship. Ship. I've accidentally taken your ships away. One you on a ship. 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 I have like 8 million very small fleets.
This is why you set up vassal kings, so that they will provide you with one big fleet. Maybe.
It's true.
I mean, alternatively, you could probably select all of your fleets by some holding down the right set of keys while dragging a box around them and send them all to one place just to put them together.
It's a theory. Just ships. Shoo. Get on a ship. Well, that was slightly more teleporting than I expected. Right, let's do that.
Most people on ships now.
Now I get to see what I've got left, so you're going to Breckenshire. You're going to Glewissing, so let's send you to Glewissing. Let's dismiss those 14 ships. Let's glue you lot together. Glue. You get someone random in charge. Get on a ship. I'm going to ship you off to the Vatsir area for a bit of variety. Glue you lot together. Okay, you've got people in charge. Embark you. Ship you off to Vatsir area. Get on. Piss off over there. Right, so now... I don't want to dismiss them.
Probably want to merge them. It's much simpler not to merge them.
Click to select troops on board the ship. Let's go. Glue. So, okay. I don't think that's a problem. I think those are all reasonable commanders. Okay, so having found you in that sea area, I am promptly going to get you to turn around and go back to that sea area. And you can go to that sea area too. Click. Shove troops off ship. So, in a second, I'm going to send that lot over there, and that lot over there, and that lot over there.
Oh, we found the Danish army.
Yep. I think we besiege away here.
Then show me you've got on a ship.
The Danish army have got on a ship. I wonder where the Danish army are going. I mean, my best guess is they're probably going to go over to England to besiege some things, at which point I will stick some of my armies back on a ship and send them back again, while leaving a bunch here to defend things. So I will wait till I have besieged the first thing.
Because then you can bring the ship into port at the very least.
Okay, so they are now short in Middlesex, right, fine. So let's stick you back on a ship.
Or not.
What was that?
I said you'll have to bring it into port first, or
Oh.
not.
Okay, yes, well, it's fine, that doesn't actually take very long, so I've got enough there. Let's disembark them in Suffolk on the usual principle of everyone hates being seasick. Right, what are we besieging? We are besieging Ringkøbing. Excellent, we're improving relations with Duke Tora from dismal to less dismal. Right, so let's glue you lot together and actually put some good command.
Given that they have only a small numerical advantage, you probably want a really solid set of commanders.
Yes, I have just put my most solid set in. I should perhaps do a little bunch of. So he's my grandson. He's the one that is currently in charge. Princess of Norway. Yes. Oh no.
Have recently carefully acquired yourself a claim on Norway.
Leon, because we don't have any good claims on it.
I mean, it's not a very good claim on Norway, but
Yeah. And he has promise at diplomacy, so let us assign him a Gormiad. Let's try. Right, he'll do. So what we're doing, we are waiting for our morale to recover while we are sitting on a ship. Right, yes, so having done that, we need to put some people back in charge. My daughter is now 6. Let's arrange her a betrothal. Let's go for matrilineal. Go on, let's go for the Sultan of Egypt. It'll be a laugh. She also is showing progress in diplomacy. Brilliant. How's my morale doing? Okay, we need to wait a little bit. What was that?
leave it another week at least.
Yeah, I can start walking. They're going up fast, so I think I can start marching them now, and that will be okay. So, brilliant. I should probably pull him out of the Hebrides, because let's go see how Duke Tora is doing. So we're on 60 improved relations, which I think is maximal, isn't it?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay, let's try leaving him there and hope that he doesn't self-sabotage in the next 5 minutes. So, right. So what are we besieging? We're besieging something. Oh dear, I'm stressed. Running empires is hard, y'all. Right. There we go, that's looking quite promising.
But where do they go now? Will they now flee to Ireland?
I don't know.
Since they can get to Ireland without needing to get on a ship.
So they're heading away to... What I'm going to do is get my lot on a ship round to here to see where they go. Elective succession in England, Alison. Right. Okay, so obviously the seat of the Duke of Brittany is in Maine.
Well, yeah, you could set about plotting to revoke outlying counties from your dukes if you're feeling like probably twiddly. Well, not really twiddly, but something which we haven't tried before.
It's true. I mean, everyone has... Lots of my vassals revoke things, but... they're fleeing, I think,
Oh, right. Yeah.
to Scotland. Right, well, let's send you up there, unload you nearby, and be ready to attack you when we do. So, yes, I think my plan is to meander sort of across here, like that, so that I don't run out of supply, and also... Actually, in fact, I'll send you over to that county. Because I do, in fact, have ports here. Who knew? Right. La, 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 la. Brilliant. Off you go to our house in the middle of our street. Or our house. So... Okay, so they're heading back to Northumberland now. Right, let's go over there and attempt to give them a kicking. While we do that, let's send ships round. Okay, I mean, you can go through the Moray Firth in, like, late October. You mad fools. I'm not sure I could recommend it. You can try it if you like, but you'd be a giant otter. Right, we've got 79% more score, and we've captured someone else, but not critically. So... Trying to go back to Scotland. Whatever. So, we haven't hit the limit for battlements. looks like they're going across to Ireland, so let's meander over there. Let's put you around somewhere there. Right. Oops, it's time to tick on. I must remember that I've got all these ships strung out here, but that shouldn't be a tremendous problem.
Because assuming the war ends as we expect it to end, we'll have a load of ports.
Indeed. So they're heading to Leinster.
I think they're trying to get back to Middlesex via Wales. See a load of Cumbrian flags in the ports.
Yes. See if that works. How are we doing over here? We have besieged Aarhus. Oh, we're besieging Yelling. Excellent. That's very important in Scandinavian history.
Well, somebody has briefly delayed the Danish army, so you can probably intercept them if you can see the county boundaries. Right, I think they're coming to meet you.
Yes, I think they are. Oh, they've got 85 people trying to besiege my capital. Lol.
Unpause if you want to.
Oh yeah, that'll help. Okay, so
I think they got defeated and they're hence fleeing again.
no, they're going to. They don't look like they're fleeing. So anyway, they're going to Hereford. Let's go to.
Okay, they weren't fleeing. They may have actually won. No, they're not moving to Hereford because.
That's fine. We can move to Gwent and have another battle. I'm sure I gave for a Guardian just 5 minutes ago. Or they're sending their like 85 states over from London. I think 510 is sufficiently small.
With 85% war score, it may not be worth taking them back to Denmark.
I don't know.
Just disbanding a lot here and choosing the rest of it.
It's possible. Hang on, are we still in port? Cancel. Yes. Well, let's send you over there to splat that lot. You, I can't dismiss because I need to send you back over here in order to.
You can walk through all of Denmark's holdings.
Also, good point. If once I've conquered Denmark,
I
don't need to bring anyone back.
Well, they can come back by ordinary civilian shipping.
Yes. I can
Or
disband
possibly they'll
that
just settle over there.
It's true. So we are at 87% war score. Okay, they've managed to raise an army of 140 over there, which is not like the world's scariest amount. Right, besieged Yelling. Now we're besieging Horsens. And then Arandas. Right. Ooh, my holding Dublin is under siege. Right, so do we want to... Apparently we have a holding in Dublin.
Yes, you've got almost certainly got a trade post there.
Oh yes, oh it's a trade post, I don't care, right. Since that's literally never ever managed to move any war score in the history of history itself.
It will really lose you some money.
It will lose me some money, but I'll probably get some money back anyway when I win. And it might not even lose me money. I might just lose my vassals money.
Well, yes, but they'll probably lose them income as well, which means
Yes.
you will get less tax off them.
Yes, but I'll have an entire new kingdom to tax, so, you know.
You don't get much tax from...
It's true, but still.
Unless your barony taxes are non-zero, your feudal taxes are non-zero, they're usually zero. Most of your vassals give you zero money.
It's true.
But you should get a fair amount from Cumbria, and everyone who has cities that get trade posts in them will also get extra tax from those cities because of the presence of the trade post.
Hooray!
So all of your vassals will also have more money which they can use for, well, hopefully things that don't conflict with what you want them to be doing.
It's true. Well, that's the advantage of medium crown authority. Speaking of which, how are my factions doing?
They do really want elective succession in England.
I do, don't they?
We don't want elective succession in England.
want. There are 197 people sitting in London, which is mildly futile. Right, we're on 95% war score.
This place has 0.8 fort level and 800 people.
Yes, it's got more people than I want to sort of throw at it, but hopefully besieging this last place will get me like 5% war score. But I've also got ticking war score, so it's not going to go terribly. One of the factions is disbanded, just not
the scary
ones. La 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 la.
You can press a weak claim for Denmark on the grounds that it's currently contested in war.
Yes.
Yes. It's contested in war by you.
Right. That's really good. That's nice.
I mean,
right.
yes,
Release
that is worth doing. Any increasing vassal opinion does weaken factions because it increases the quantity of troops you can raise.
Yes.
Well, at least it does if they're within the range where it matters.
Right,
Anyway.
so let's enforce our demands. We won. And 32% threatening.
Because, well, you're now ruling. You're now a liege of.
What do you mean we're not?
You may have to maybe wait a short while. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, I might need to. I dismiss things now? Yes. So, oh look, someone's formed a defensive pact against me.
And it's one of the people who are next on the list. Well, not quite actually, because you need to wait for your truce with them to expire.
Yes.
Though that, of course, means that they can't actually do anything interesting with respect to that defensive pact.
So,
So all of those are for people who don't currently have counties. Oh! Yes, we didn't consider whether there were people already in your court who you could land, but since we didn't find anything that weak claims could be pressed against at the point when we were exploring, wasn't very
So Flanders. So the Duchy of Flanders is part of the Kingdom of France. And France is probably still a little bit scary. Yes, I think France is a bit scary.
I think your fractions are a bit scary too.
I think my factions are a bit scary. And I've got... so my spy master is scheming against her to try and take out that.
Well, I think it may be worth checking your vassals for desires that you can actually fulfil. Like it may turn out you have vassal counts you want to transfer under.
Right, so we have one very happy king of Denmark. We have a pissed off Duchess of Warwick, but reparable. We have currently got a happy-ish Duke of the Isles through.
He wants Kingdom of Scotland, but we're not about to give it to him.
Yes. Duke of de Hoybath wants the Kingdom of Wales. Ditto.
You might change our mind at this,
Yes. She wants the County of Rouen, which currently I hold.
Right.
So I could land someone with that.
Yes, so that indicates that disposing of Rouen is something we do want to do, because while it's not in any of your kingdoms, it is actually in a duchy owned by somebody else.
So,
right, so that should be on the list.
I'm just going to see if I can get some claimants on anything interesting. Not that. I think I've got claimants on Sweden, haven't I?
You've got a weak claim on Sweden at the moment.
Let's see if I can find someone who is not weak claim scum. Is weak claim. Right, so we can't do better than our weak claim scum for Sweden. I think we've also got weak claim scum for Norway. Because we've already got him counter thing. Very. Because we've already got. Let's see if we've got anyone for Aragon. So he's possible.
Yes.
on the grounds that,
Monte Carlo. Yes.
yeah. So, how terrifying is France now?
Still, it was 12,000. It was more has more troops than you do.
But not by much now, and it's got much less money. So,
But she won't join your court, sadly. Ooh.
ooh,
So it's Hugh Cafe.
Hugh. Right, well,
So,
let's invite him to court. Let's be merciful. Doesn't take that long to join my court. Right, brilliant. Okay. So let us give him the landed title.
hang on. I'm confused by the fact that he has a coat of arms to his left. He is very definitely not. Oh, right, that's because he's in the Empire of England. Okay.
Yes. Right. Let's give him the landed title of the Count of Rouen. County of Rouen, liege me.
So currently the Duchess of Normandy will still be grumpy because she wants control of him. I think it's safe to give him to her, but you could always invade France first. But I think if you give him to her, you will still have his claim available.
Yes. Let's.
He should appear right at the top of the list. And that should substantially improve her opinion of you.
It's true, and let's just check that we do have a claim against him.
In
Indeed.
France on behalf of the Count of Rouen.
Yeah. So, just need to decide whether that's a good idea or not, but probably I need to sort out my factions first.
Going
Yes.
through your vassals, finding any reasons why you could easily fix their opinion of you.
So, right.
She's now all the way up to -18 because there's nothing she desperately desires. Plus, you've got 10 from your having transferred
A vassal.
to her. Little does she know how short his
Vassal.
tenure as her vassal might turn out. To
Yes. And she's going to hate me because of cowardly infanticide, save whatnot. Duke of Norfolk.
be. Doesn't have any
Obvious things, yes.
desires.
He wants the Kingdom of Brittany, he can get lost. Duchess of Hampshire desires the County of Winchester.
Don't really want to give her that. It's nice
Not
to have
really.
Canadian counties, especially close to her.
And in any case, that's not going to cheer her up very much because of the cowardly infanticide dynasty. Duke of Albany wants control of the County of Strathern.
Well, that probably you should fix.
Yes.
There's any reason for you to. Yes, that means
that's
Strathern is one of your direct vassals.
vassals. So let's transfer vassalage. Strathern goes there. Right, oops, next now is it back to the stupid vassals list?
Yeah, I think you can do it. You should be able to do that by right click on the.
Yes, I should, I just forgot. So, right, Duke of Albany is now substantially happier. Duke of Man is extremely happy because I pressed his claim for something. But he can piss off he's not getting Scotland. Not least until I can end thingies.
Cumbria is really happy.
Is astonishingly happy. Not a lot to do about Duke of Kent. you at least are in positive figures, maybe I can give you a honorary title to kick you over the limit of 20.
I don't know.
I think that means I get some levies from them.
You should get your minimum levy, whatever their opinion. And the minimum is going to be quite high with medium ground authority.
So
I
anyway,
think most of the reason for cheering them up, if they're kind of serious and grumpy, is just to make them less grumpy, so they're not too so
Lancaster, Duke of Bedford. Wow. Well, you're not having Middlesex piss off.
Lucky we don't take the duchy back from you.
Yes. You want Wales? Ha ha ha. Lol. No. You also want Wales. Look, Cornwall is not the deja vu whatnot of Wales.
Yes,
Get a grip.
You may not like it, but it's true.
Duke of Upper Brittany would like the Kingdom of Brittany. Well, tough. Sucks to be you. Cowardly infanticide. You're currently quite happy, and it's possible I will make some of you happier. Just don't like me very much.
Bishop of St Paul's annoyingly prefers the Pope to you.
But that's not really surprising. Mayor of London is positive, Mayor of Fulham is positive, Mayor of Southampton is negative. So I can fix that by giving him the seneschalship, which will make it positive. Let's go and see whether. Good Lord. Okay, there was one more, the Bishop of St Swithin, who again is not going to be fixable enough to like. So let's go and see how are my factions. Can I give her? Let's give her some swans to try and cheer her up a bit. And let's give him the honorary title of Horsey, just to try and nudge him in the right direction. So, we claim scum. Best we have is duchy, which is France. And in any case, if we want to, we can go to war with France.
You're going to go to war with France. There's only one reason to do so.
There's only one reason to do so,
yes,
and we should wait till the next month.
See whether your French claimant's claim is heritable.
No, that's not Rouen. That's Rouen. Can be inherited by.
And he hasn't. Who is his heir, though?
The King of France.
Right, so his claim on France will be inherited by the King of France. Right, you don't want him to die because that will probably mean that. Oh no! Hang on, what will happen if he dies? Because I think surely the right thing is that France ends up gaining the county of Rouen.
Yes.
Because it would be mad if anything else. But the other hand, if the consequence of his dying is King Philippe of France ends up being your vassal,
which I think is a bit unlikely. I think that is not going to be how that works.
Is that this follows the primary title, and so the vassal relationship follows the primary title, since the primary title is independent, and the new title is a lower rank. I think he will remain independent. So essentially, if you allow Count Hugh to die, you will lose Rouen.
Right.
So you don't want to put this off very long. Count Hugh is not young.
Yeah. So I've given out all my minor titles. My vassals are as fettled as they can get.
Essentially, the only issue is that some of them are still annoyed at having raised levies.
So that's going to take a year to decay. something like that. It's about a point a month, isn't it? Something like that. I'm going to let time tick slowly while you look it up.
I have one piece of marking left.
Hooray!
It's 24 pages long.
Hooroo!
Yeah, I thought that.
Although I maybe shouldn't let time tick because people join the defensive pact against me.
France probably won't.
France probably won't. I'll let time tick slowly. Let's check that I have in fact dismissed everyone. My income appears to be quite low. I wonder what's happened. Oh, I've transferred a bunch of counties away, that's why my income is so low. Honestly. Can't do maths.
Let's see, I haven't yet found the actual formula for the decay of annoyance with raised vassals. That will
Right.
yes. That may disrupt your income rather as they reorganise themselves.
Elect needs a new guardian.
Okay, I can't immediately find how fast opinion recovers.
Right, where are we? So we're currently on -11 for almost everyone. Okay, well let's try and wait for this Danish revolt war to... Oh, that lasted a... I know they're still there.
But happily, it's not you they're revolting against.
It's true. It is not
Your
true.
vassal. So yes, I don't know when you should launch this war because it's a balance between how soon is what's his face going to die versus.
I mean, he is younger than the King of France. I mean, he's not. He's 52.
Is he in fact the brother of the King of France?
I don't know.
If you go to his family rather than this page, you'll probably find.
Yeah. Yes.
So he is the little brother, hoping to
hoping to
France, and he has found an ally in Queen Cecilia of England.
Empress Cecilia of England.
Empress Cecilia of England. Sorry.
Yes.
I mean, this seems entirely appropriate. Like
Oh yeah.
Medieval.
This is absolutely how it should be working, right? And I mean, it wasn't done by inviting to court and landing him with Rouen, but it certainly was through intermarriage with the family of France and so on. So, how are we doing on the vassal levies? I think if we get them down into single figures, particularly Brittany, then I think I'm happy to let it start. I will let time tick at 2 notches, because this is quite dull. It's a pagan defensive pact and a Christian defensive pact.
So, another thought. Yes, how's the religion situation? Do you still need your right, I think you should set
I think I should set my
settings of
chaplain.
researching so that you can get legalism up to the level at which you can have you might want to look at what's how legalism 4, I think.
Yeah.
So you mouse over 4, it should tell you. So kingdom viceroyalties unlock at legalism 4.
So I need quite a lot more legalism.
Yeah.
Right, let's unlock, I think, some castle infrastructure there. Can't unlock any military techniques yet. Right, that's got most people under thing. Let's be merciful. Okay.
I think you're whatever you might have thought. There is no prohibition on internal wars. Because that's definitely an internal war.
Right, you're having a son named Hubert. I think your taste in children's names is appalling. I would just like to point that out. Let's obligate the vassal. See if we can get rid of at least... Oh, good. Right, we're getting down to
only one
day faction.
Realm.
Right, so Alison is now just so. I always get it wrong. I always forget that factions is a separate thing. So, elective succession in Scotland is you.
The leader is not in Scotland at all.
Yes, because obviously the Duke of Deheubarth is in where? Right. Right. Okay. I've got Duke of Brittany down to -11. I think we can get down to -10. Below -10, getting down to -9. We will be in a reasonable position. And let's go and inspect things like how my Great Lighthouse in London is going. 65.2% done. Woohoo! 50 gold versus... What do we get from Stonehenge?
Probably nothing, and I don't think this event actually stops it working anyway.
Right,
this is simply a decision as to what to do with the lump of stone that just fell off. Do you want to stick it back on, or do you want to sell it?
I'm going to sell it, because I might need to raise
I think you can go further and actually deliberately loot Stonehenge for saleable objects, at which point it would stop working for a
pagan king. So we're at 12.28.
pagan ruler.
Goody, he's coming down a bit. I miss having an honour guard.
Well, you can build one once your lighthouse is completed.
Yay, I guess. Oh, his number's going back up again. Damn it. It will fluctuate. Mine. Indeed. As indeed is mine.
I'd be inclined to say we may as well start the war in the spring to avoid winter supply shortages and such like.
I don't think that's actually a huge problem, because my plan here is to go in and get into Paris as soon as I can, because I'm conveniently close by. You know, I can land my troops, you know, here, march them across there, set up a supply bridge across. Well, actually, I can just go straight to Paris, I think, pretty much.
I think you can bring everyone into Le Havre. Well, certainly Le Havre, I think, might be on the wrong side of the river, but yes, into Evreux.
Yeah.
Evreux is
and then
coastal and
actually adjacent
to
Paris.
Yes.
Yes. So, hello, King of France. Let's just go check that you don't have any... Right, good. I think it is time to declare war on the King of France. Claim France. I probably won't do all of this war tonight. I'll probably start it and then stop in a little bit, because I do have a stupidly early meeting tomorrow, of course. Right, so let's send that. Let's zoom out a bit. I think I raise everyone march people in France back from the...
You might want to do the raising in France first in case anyone in there has a capital in England to save shipping them all across the Channel unnecessarily. So like his info in particular. Okay, no, exactly better.
Let's march you lot over there. And I think I can now just click...
Yes, now I think raise everything and see what happens.
Right, fleet levies, I think I will raise based on where people are. So, let's... Republic of Cumbria.
Yes.
People's Republic of Cumbria. Not Brittany. Not Tregor, not Upper Brittany. Right. Do I want to hire some mercenaries?
Well, you assume you probably do, but...
I'm pretty sure I probably do. Right. No, you go to Middlesex. Right, what I'm going to do is sort out all the troop movements now. So, leap on ship. Piss off to Everett. Embark. Everett. Embark. Everett. Glue. Can't embark you, march you to Middlesex. Might need more ships there. That's fine, I can send more ships there in a minute.
During on the close of proof waffles near Joe, you were when to prove het?
That's
what I
nice
can
to
make out from this paragraph. Quite hard to read.
zoom in, find out what you think you're doing. Right, okay,
Well, what do you mean ports in Bristol Channel?
it's true. Oh look, let's see. Okay, let's glue you together into one glorious fleet. Let's pause and discover I'm out of commanders again. Drawing cord, yes. Gender, male. Right, let's invite you to court. Oh, that'll improve things a bit. Let's sort out the fact that one of my... Right. Okay, let's arrange him a betrothal with... Jenna was nice. I know she's only a courtier, but whatever. And let's assign him a guardian. Okay. That's a proper sized army. Let's stick some commanders and let's go to Paris.
Your
Commander, you. Right. You glue together. Bung on ship. Bung to Evra. You not. Bung on ship. Bung to Evra. Don't know what you're doing. Get over there. Right. Okay. So.
That is not going
That is not going
to fit well.
to go well.
But I think the only solution to it is to pile in the next 8,000 troops.
That's the one.
Give that batch a good commander once you've glued them together.
Okay. Glue. You get Powell. And Jean and Magnus. And you get to go to Paris. Right. You lot, get in a bloody boat. Get over here. Right. You lot, go to Paris. Get in there. You can do it. Right.
Another batch arrived.
Okay, it's going a bit better. Okay, gosh, that went unexpectedly well. Right, so I think I stay here briefly to get some more score going. In fact, I think I assault this holding to get somewhere ticking. Okay, slightly expensive, but
You could dismiss all your fleets.
I can
Most certainly
indeed.
don't think you've got any else
dismiss all my fleets. If I need to raise more people, I can do that. No. Hang on, but she's the Emira of Barca. She's the one that will bring that back into my line.
What?
No, it won't. I'm going to decline that on the grounds that it's going to do no good for the inbreedingness of everything. So you've raised 298 people in England. Well, I'm fine with you pissing around in England with 200 people.
And there's another message.
I don't have another message. So there's a 74 boat there. Ooh, what if they raided a large army in England? Well, I can always dismiss some of my troops here and then raise them again in England, can't I?
Dismiss them in April, but yes.
Yeah, well, march them back across there and then raise them in England. Yeah, okay, I don't think that's a huge problem.
Yes, so they're attempting to besiege things in your territory.
So,
But like, you've got more troops than they have, so you should be able to besiege faster. I'm not sure this works.
I don't like that, so... I don't need to do that, I just need to... I don't think it's actually going to be any...
They'll have about the same consequence. I think you'll have slightly higher morale after a siege journey than after being re-raised. And this at least puts all of your armies together. Maybe you can actually find enough without breaking that 7,602.
No, I can't. Let's make a new unit. No, let's take the Scottish band out. Keep the Scottish band together over here.
Killing the Scottish band is better than killing
Good point.
levies. So I think if you're sending anyone into a fight, send mercenaries.
Yeah. Scottish band, Scottish band. Right. Let's take some other people out because that's now far too big. Right, yes, so select unit, tell the unit to piss off over there. And that's going to be slightly too big for that, so let's raise some local. Let's try and raise some liege levy fleets somewhere. Right, you'll do. You're already on the way there. Excellent, right. Let's try and make my offspring honest. Well, right, glue you together. Might as well glue you up together. Stick you on a ship.
Probably don't know. Well, you could land them on this side rather than go on this.
It's true, I can land them in Sussex, can't I? Oops, they've managed to besiege Westminster. Well, that's fine. We have a plan. We have a
You might
plan.
want your good commander in the English army as well.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm just going to do a little bit of fettling. Let's fettle that lot to have the useful people in charge there. Morale, let's leave them there for a week.
On the grounds that the French probably won't finish besieging the next place in that.
Indeed. Let's at least get them taking that back up. Off we go to Middlesex. While we're waiting for Middlesex, we are besieging a Dart, which is a nice little barony. And we've got Melun, City of Paris, Bishopric of Saint-Denis, and then we've got a bunch of places. Right, let's go.
Maybe they won't finish that siege in time. Ooh, don't know. Yes.
Yes.
It's going to be a tight one.
It is going to be tight, isn't it?
I think you may have lost that battle. That's a bit embarrassing.
Yes. Damn. Oh dear, that's taking me down to -1 war score. Bugger.
Right. I think you need to withdraw from Paris, regroup in South Wales.
Really, with
that, probably safely finish that siege.
why regrouping? Oh,
Because
take the.
your fleeing people are going to South Wales.
Yeah. I meant why withdraw from
Because
Paris?
you need more people, I think. Do you?
Yes.
Maybe you can reinforce that lot and get back, but like.
Right, I'm still sorting out the Hoybath. Do we have any promising commanders? No, we are still incredibly short of commanders. Let's invite more to court.
I think Pavel just pissed off. Because you're leaving that list again.
No, I think it's that I hadn't refreshed it. Right, so
I'm looking for a husband.
I am looking for a husband. Hang on, matrilineal. Well, it doesn't matter actually at this
Because
point.
you're not going to be having
Having
any more
children.
Your aim here is to find a good co-ruler.
Yes.
So probably someone with high diplomacy, given your state, possibly. The only possible thing is you might want someone of rank simply so that you don't lose
Prestige.
prestige from the marriage. But on the other hand, given that it looks like if you want rank, you're certainly not going to get good properties, I might go for. I would just go for someone with good properties and accept the slight loss of prestige. I've got £10.5 in the West Indies.
Yes, well, if I manage to have children at this point, it's going to be a bloody miracle, isn't it?
So.
Ooh, I can appoint a commander. Auto. Right.
So, yes, you do have two choices now. You could bring that army back to have another go, or reinforce it a bit.
So
It'll get more people simply by sitting there.
it will. I'm also clicking the wrong button. No, okay, damn it, that was fleets.
Yes.
That was the wrong button. I'm brilliant at this. Okay, that really raised like 2 people and their pet hamster.
Yeah, but that army will reinforce like 500 people in the next month.
Yes. Anyway, let's restructure it a bit. So we have he's a brilliant strategist. an aggressive leader. So in that wing we probably let's have Otto the cavalry leader, and then we can have skill tactician, flat terrain expert life. Which one's flat terrain? Plains, farmland and steppe, which is more or less what we've got. So
Well, you might just send them back.
I think I do just send them back. I think we were a bit unlucky. I mean, they will be
Take advantage of the fact that you reinforce in your home territory and they don't.
much faster, yes.
Stop. 15,000 troops now in
15,000 troops.
a thing.
So,
So that essentially, yes. They can't, yes.
well, no, let's.
I would be inclined, if you're trying to hide the troops from them, send them to the Midlands where they can't see.
Well, I think if I stay here, they can't. Oh no,
Of course,
because
it's adjacent to Land's End, I think.
yes.
Oh, yeah, this is just, I mean, they're probably fairly safe where they are. The only question is what you do now.
Right, I send this lot over there to Evra. I do at this point abandon besieging that county. What I do is I march everyone into Middlesex, and then I hire more troops, which is very expensive, but I think it's worth it to try and deal with this. Okay, so they're going that way. Let's try that E-lot. I know how. Let's glue you lot together because I might need you later. Embark army. Go to Lincolnshire.
They fit their army up again.
Yes, I don't dare march that lot in there. Let's take you up to Lincolnshire to meet up. Right, there we have one big army. And that's sensible. And we march to Middlesex.
They will almost certainly then bring their troops back from Kent, and then at that point you go,
I raise some more mercenaries. Yep, so there.
probably ideally you raise the mercenaries now,
Yes.
because they'll arrive one county, they'll probably arrive in a neighbouring county.
Yes. So. You're expensive, but I hope to dismiss you soon. Okay, so now we'll march you in there as well. Oh dear, my courtier died as a mutilated corpse. Jolly good. I'm sure that's good. Get in there.
You have a marriage thing.
It's his own problem. Right, how are we doing? Do I...
Not today, peasants.
Not today, peasants. Let's turn time down to its slowest extent.
I think this is going to go right.
I think this should go okay, but that's what I thought last time. And then mysteriously my commanders had a headache. So we're pursuing...
You don't have the commanders in quite the arrangement they should ideally have ended up in when those two armies merged, but it seems to have worked anyway.
Yes.
This should be an even more stonkingly war scoracious battle.
Battle,
than the
yes.
one.
Right, we're now back up to 22% war score. Can
We've got 2 armies there, so that's 9,000 is not a whole lot. I'm still worried about that number.
yes, no, I'm not worried about that number. So, can I dismiss that lot yet? No. It's
I
the
think it's
answer.
better to hold on until you're really confident you can
Yes,
dispose of them.
but I will recklessly assault. Right, that's got us back up to 40% war score.
Yeah,
So-
particularly, well worth burning mercenaries at this point to gain
Yes.
war score fast.
So,
I think the only question is how far are the French going to run?
yes. So basically I have 2 armies there. Let's split up this one and take out my Scottish band.
So
Assuming,
leave all of your mercenaries in England.
yeah, with just enough other troops too. Scottish band, Scottish band, Scottish band. Right, so that's going to give me a total of 6,000, 7,000 troops, which is not enough.
Because you get the army of Condottieri is the other
Yeah, so
thing.
that takes me up.
That shouldn't have any.
That takes me up to just over 7, I think.
6 plus 1702, 6.5 plus 1.7
Okay, nearly 8.
is
So
8.2.
let's add in about okay, I think that's a reasonable amount. So
Right. Oh, yes, these are the ones you want to put on a ship in a moment.
yes. So let's
Once the ships arrive.
wait there until some ships arrive. Why you've gone down to Kent, I don't know. Right, get on the ship. Get back to Edinburgh.
You could take advantage of having these mercenaries to go and squish that peasant revolt, but
Well, I will in just a second.
on the grounds that
Right. Glue. You're going to Ceredigion.
I suspect they're going to Ireland.
So,
It is a rather long walk, but
yeah, well, I can always abort and turn them off to fight French troops at some point. Right. State. Delilah. You lot. So,
There is no marking. The
Woohoo.
marking is done.
so let's put the B team in charge of going and besieging. I will have to fight the army of the Flemish
I'm pleased to hear
revolt.
the news anyway.
Well done. We are suitably impressed. I'll just dismiss those lot because, I mean, really. Yes. I'm staying up slightly later than I intended, but this is deliberate on account of the fact that otherwise I'm just going to stay awake at night and try and come up with strategies for beating the King of France. And I might as well, go to bed secure in the knowledge of a state well stated. So they're going somewhere. They're going towards Leinster, which is that way. So let's abort for dealing with that lot. you're some French revolt. We do not care about you. We are just going to besiege holdings in the King of France. Oh dear. So right, you're going back to David, that's fine. Hopefully at some point we will intersect. I will keep an eye on that. Right, we are back to besieging happily in France. Brilliant. So let's try and intercept thusly. Come on, Scotland, get your act together.
They're busy doing all the-
I think they're busy having a revolt. So they're going to Glewissing. Let's fail to select the goddamn army. Okay, you ran into these tiny army of Glewissing, which has like no sense of anything.
I think that's now needs some.
Alright, they're going to Breconshire. Where's Breconshire? There's Breconshire.
No, they're not.
Counties around there are small and fiddly. Very annoying.
Because the topography around there is small and fiddly as well.
That's true. Yeah, hopefully my mercenaries will do a good job. They do have some shit-hot digital commanders, as it were. Although there is a considerable
Sure, flank to do it, right?
disadvantage.
Your centre will win and be able to start flanking their left flank.
Yes. Honestly, Chancellor, what do I keep you around for?
It's a good job, they're mostly mercenaries.
Well, arrow fodder. Right, that's taking this up to 54% war score. Right, so we're positive on battles and occupation, which is good. So now they're back in shattered retreat.
Probably heading back to Ireland.
We should probably chase after them to Leinster and then sit there and give them a good kicking. Again with mercenaries. Hopefully at some point I can dismiss some mercenaries, but we will see.
Well, their costs will gradually go down as you kill
It's true. I mean, it's now, quite a lot less than it was. So, how are we doing? Over here, we are besieging Courtway.
And then you will have finished the County of Paris. Finally.
It's true.
French army is now regrouping in Ireland.
Good.
So they can do something about it.
Yes. So, right. Right. So, you're going to Childara. Or Kildare, as it's also known. I might then, if that army gets small enough, I will, I think, divert my mercenaries off to dealing with my pedant revolt. Which I don't particularly want to do, but equally I need to get this army small enough that it can't besiege places, really. victory. So I think Chartres is not a bad place to besiege. It's held by a duke. That will get me reasonable war score, and of course I am now getting a reasonable amount of ticking occupation war score. Right. And if we keep on doing this siege thing long enough, some of my commanders will end up with siege attributes. Go check on the faction position, which is currently relatively light, so let's currently take advantage of that for like 5 seconds to send my emperor away to study technology somewhere. Right, Florence will do. Well, let's suggest a marriage for him since he's not like Squawk doing anything. Duchess. Well, let's see if he wants to get married. Ah, right, Scotland has finally got on the got with the programme, so they're going back to Dublin.
Fleeing into Dublin, so who knows where they're going.
Well, let's march towards Ulster. I don't think anything can go wrong with Ulster. I do mean that ironically rather than in the sense of famous last stoats. So we are at 65% war score. Good. How's our besieging going? Oh, right, it's a 5.0 fort, so.
They've now headed off to the west.
Oh, let's stop here. Too late.
Well, parking up in your own territory is perfectly reasonable while you wait for someone to decide what they're doing, because you'll reinforce while you're waiting in your own territory.
Well, yes. So reinforcements are expensive.
Okay, 200 soldiers a month. At least you'll reinforce your levies. I think that it probably doesn't matter if you're a mercenary.
Right, so let's unpause so that time can actually pass.
Or possibly you need to march around Ireland trying to find the buggers.
It is possible that I do need to do that. Right, let's enforce demands. Bye-bye peasant revolt for Gowrie. Let's at least march over there and see what we can see. While we besiege our 5.0 level fort, let's unpause. That will actually help us march in roughly the right direction. Maybe on a good day.
Ah, there they are.
So they're going to Meath, which is there. Irksomely, they're now like one county ahead of me, which is just going to be a giant pain. They are going to Dublin. So let's just go for it.
You haven't got a convenient organiser around sticking.
No.
Oh, maybe you'll reach them.
Apparently.
Maybe Papa is an organizer and you didn't know.
Hmm. It is possible. That's 71% more score. So they're down to. Right, let's see about my military levies. Could do with breakdown of my hired armies.
I presume there's a way to dismiss only one of them. Yes, you can dismiss them from the.
Yeah, so let's dismiss the Scottish band. I mean, they are cheaper, but
The other one, but you think they're not quite big enough on their own.
I don't think they're quite big enough on their own. Somewhere around here there should be a Scottish band. Yes, they're definitely too slow on their own. So they're going to Leinster. Where's Leinster? I'm going to go there because it gives me a good view of lots of counties.
So is Papa an organizer?
Is Pamphlet an organiser? I don't know actually. No, I'm not going to go there because they're going to Leinster.
Because of course organisers don't do it. Don't have a. Oh, we've got a craven commander. That's kind of unfortunate.
Let's put Tora in there instead. Not sure what he was. Gian was doing anyway.
Oh, Stoke, have you posted the new mustard?
Oh, I have not posted the new muster lid.
I think the French army is headed down to the southwest of Ireland.
Yes. Well, let's send that up that way. So, can I? Right, let's run time a little bit faster because I'm not massively worried now. So 76%. Right. Well, clearly there has been an interesting set of events in Denmark. Pause. Time doesn't pass when you're paused.
Right, you found one.
No. Right, I found them. So let's go over there and give them another kicking. Hopefully this will be enough to dismiss some more of the. I might assault that holding. I'm going to assault that holding. That went well. I might assault this holding too. That's good. Right, is there anywhere else that's... Let's go over there. Let's take this up to 90% more score, and I captured someone. So, where you're going, let's take you back up there. very nearly, I think, oh, the Pope has died, long live the Pope. I'm very nearly at the point where I'd be happy to let them wander, but not quite. And they're suffering pretty serious attrition. Okay. Right, I should then be able to dismiss this lot.
Ooh, that Duke Tor of the Isles dying.
That was my Duke Tor of the Isles dying. Fortunately,
His successor. Intolerable as well.
is actually not that bad. I can't do anything about it.
Does sadly mean that bringing your army in.
Oh, I've got 100%. Oh, I
yes, you just
captured
captured the King of France.
France. Brilliant. Release the peace order. Yes. Ha 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 ha. We won. Right. So,
we'll have to,
well, let's
yes, you can dismiss the
hired lot straight away. You lot I'll need to march somewhere better. You lot I can dismiss in place. Nope. Okay, I will be able to dismiss in place in just a second.
Measles have broken out in France there.
Oh dear. Can I dismiss you now? Yes.
Oh, you didn't take as much territory as I was expecting.
No, I think de jure France is actually quite small.
I wouldn't.
I'm not going to create the
yes,
Duchy
I
of
think
Blois.
we'd work out anything. I mean, you could understand that. So, what's the remaining territory there called? You zoom out a step, it might start getting labelled.
It's Valencia.
Valencia. Right.
Okay, well that's exciting.
So is that a king? Is that the Kingdom of Valencia?
I don't know.
Right. Yes, King Philippe the Apostle of Valencia,
Yeah.
because it turned out that he owned that kingdom as well. So you only took the intersection of de jure France and his kingdom.
Don't worry, I can go for the Kingdom of Lithuania and the Duchy of Poitou and so on.
What have you got there? What's that?
Those are some weak claim scum.
From anyone landed?
Not yet.
So you've got. Yes, okay. You haven't got any duchies. Yes, Hubert de Normandy would need landing.
Yes. And also I probably have the small problem that everyone hates me. Right, as soon as I get everyone back into sensible territory.
Yes.
Who's there?
The amusing feature is that the
Despair.
kingdom, the capital of Valencia is Paris.
Yes. Which is the one damn bit I besieged. It's the one damn bit I don't have.
That because he owned that through a title other than being King of France.
Do I have a de jure claim on Paris?
No, you don't.
No.
Because the
But
King of France.
France should
Well,
have.
you can check the de jure kingdoms map.
Well, let's. Yes. De jure kingdoms. So, yes.
So the King of France has a de jure claim on Paris.
Right. Anyway, I think this is time to save and stop because I have dismissed my levies. And I can come back to this tomorrow, maybe if I'm awake.